Hello and welcome to another week in Geek for May 30th of 2020. But before we begin, I'd like to remind you that we have a YouTube, a Facebook, an Instagram, and a Twitter. You'll find all of our updates there and some of our content. For all of our content, you'll find it on RaymaruFiles.com. Anyway, on to the news. The Fastest Thing Alive certainly took its time announcing a sequel. That's right folks, Sonic the Hedgehog is getting a second movie. However, all we really have is the confirmation that it's going to happen, and numerous sources have confirmed there isn't even a start date for production yet. This actually makes sense as the Hollywood industry is pretty much on hold for the moment. We can take a few guesses though. Jim Carrey is likely to fully commit to the more cartoony version of Robotnik, where he's likely to have taken over the Mushroom Kingdom and is likely to go after Sonic one way or the other. Then there's also the appearance of Sonic's trusty buddy, Tails, who's looking for him for some reason. Really, nothing is set in stone about the movie yet, but considering how well it performed in the box office, I'm fairly sure that the corporate executives aren't thinking twice about dumping an even bigger budget with the runaway hit. If you've heard about Kingdom Hearts, and let's face it, you probably have, you might notice this big crossover game franchise between Disney and Square Enix IPs, and you'd be 100% correct, but maybe not for long. Maybe it won't be just games. A few insiders with the media giant Disney have leaked information that the production for an animated series for Kingdom Hearts is currently in the works. According to the tweets by Schiller and Conrad, both EICs of this insider and MCU Cosmic, this will be appearing on Disney Plus and that casting is currently ongoing. Considering the reputation of Kingdom Hearts' story, I'm wondering how much they plan to cover and how far they plan to go. Will it involve nobodies? Or the past and future timeline manipulation of Xemnas 1, 2, 3, maybe 12? Will it involve Utada Hikaru's soundtrack so that even more people will get exposed to the earworm of Simple and Clean? Maybe we will. We'll update you further on developments as they appear. Cultural icons from the 90s continues to raid our wallets as Evangelion announces a tie-up with the smartphone brand of Oppo. The resulting product will be an Eva 01 themed smartphone which already screams Human Instrumentality Project right from the box. The phone itself will be Oppo's Reno Ace 2, with no notable changes to the unit except for the absolutely sick body design. The phone case that comes with it follows the same color scheme with an AT field label. Even the accessories such as the wireless charger and the pin meant to open up the SIM dock follows the same theme. Two things, however, will make getting these units rather difficult. The first being that it's a limited edition release with only 10,000 units being produced. The second will be that it's going to be released in China. Two other items will also be released but with even less units available. A smartwatch themed after Asuka and a pair of true wireless earbuds themed after Rey. Both look great, but they will also be limited release and will also be released in China. Ouch. However, knowing the popularity of this series, I find it hard to imagine it'll stay that way, so here's to crossing my fingers and hoping that it makes it across shores. The year of cancellations continues to do what it does, as Blizzcon will not be happening this year. All things considered, it sounds like a pretty sane decision considering that their biggest product this year, which is Warcraft Shadowlands, is still slated for a fourth quarter release. Their esports titles aren't really performing that much and they don't have a lot of events lined up, and the other two products they have, which is Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4, I'm sure are still pretty rough right now. So I suppose they've adapted this tactic where they're just gonna keep their head down and develop new products that will win the public back, which I completely agree with. I think they should do that, and hopefully 2021 will be a much bigger blast than 2020 is. Sony will be making a showcase of what they have in store, as they have made an announcement that they'll be doing an hour-long show this coming June 5, at least in this time zone. The official blog says June 4, but if you do the math, the date crosses over based on where I am. They've already shown us the technical specifications of the console and the design of the DualSense controller, so what's inevitably left would be the games themselves, and the price, and the release dates, and well, there's still a lot to find out actually. Sony has taken to heart the criticism that Xbox got during their own gameplay reveal stream, where you'd have to jump through a few hoops to say that the title of their event matched the content. So it appears that they do have a strong intention of showing us actual gameplay instead of cinematically enhanced demonstrations of what the game may look like. However, if you try to read between the lines, it looks like they don't plan to answer the big questions yet, like when it's actually going to be released, will there be exclusives, or what the final price of the upcoming new console will be. I'm thinking their objective here is to simply make a better showing than Microsoft and just follow up on the more important details later, but hey, if they're gonna show us something new and exciting, I'm definitely checking it out. How the PS5 will perform or how games will actually look on it is good enough a reason for me to look into it. And with that, you're all caught up. Thank you for listening in and joining us for another episode. We will be making another one next week. Make sure to follow us on all our social media, and you can check out all of our content on the site, brainrufas.com. See you again, guys.